Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, my precious pack, and welcome back once more to VEGA Conflict. And the subject of today is going to be the Wendigo, the newest Umbral fighter and the only Umbral fighter to be added to the game. So, with this, the Umbral Tier 8 will be complete. They will have the Titan, the Ranger, and their fighter. Now, I'm looking forward to this ship because it's going to be fairly auto-friendly just because of how it's going to play. So, stats-wise, fairly typical to our repair time, 3,000 meter max range, health 15,000, almost 16, maximum mass 18,000 tons, so pretty healthy amount of weight there. Cargo 3,500,000, so not a whole lot. Ship's forward speed, 900 meters per second, same as the Orion. Rotation speed, 58 degrees per second, strafe 600 meters per second. Sector speed, 600 astronomical units per hour. Fitting, 2 ablative, 2 armor, 2 specials, 4 weapons. Trigger slot, and the cosmetic slot at Mark 1. Bloodthirst is the same as the others, do 750 health damage, it'll give it a stack, it stacks up to 5 times of 6%, so you get a maximum of 30 at Mark 1. Scramble is the important aspect that everyone's going to be looking forward to though, and that is, when entering an enemy firing arc, the Wendigo gains a speed boost in order to close the gap and attack its target. The effect lasts for 5 seconds. So, upon an enemy looking at it, and as long as they maintain the view, it's going to be refreshing the duration, as long as it's within the firing arc. So it's going to be able to close in fairly quickly, start picking the target apart. So it's going to be exactly what Umbral should be, extremely aggressive and being rewarded for said aggression with ablative regeneration. It has weapon mass reductions, armor mass reductions, ablative armor mass reductions, 25% shield bypass, resurgence, and then the standard resistance that we've been seeing with all of them lately. So, it'll have 55% shield bypass due to the scramble at Mark 1 and the built-in shield bypass. The weapon that comes with it is the Waited till the last minute because I wanted to be as tired as I could be for this video, so I wasn't going to get angry at the screen while I was going over the stats. So, this is the Wendigo with all the stats and yada yada yada. It's going to be an extremely aggressive little ship that's going to be built more or less to brawl, to get in and just dish out the pain. Let's go ahead and let's take a look at its weapon real quick. Okay, the signature weapon that's going to be released with it is going to be the Dyad Beam, with 845 damage per second with the level 1, and 1040 with the level 2. To compare that to the others, 800, 1000, 650, 845. That should be a pretty punchy weapon on certain builds, because there are certain ships that would be better equipped with, but I don't think it's going to be doing all that well with the with the Umbral faction, because as Phil pointed out, if it's a beam weapon, it's most likely going to have a longer firing cycle, so it's going to have a relatively low ablative regeneration gain and stuff like that. So, it will most likely be the most ideal on Altarian ships because it will have guaranteed damage against the target, for one, so you'll never miss. So it'll be great for countering Pharmacon. 2, the range is actually decent enough that the Ajax could use it, and since it's not going to be missing, similar to the Peroxum, it'll be doing work in that regard as well, but the only difference is it'll be hitting much, much harder in the period of time that's firing for. And I think that was it, because I don't think anything else was added. No wait, the base turrets were, and these were absolutely hilarious. The one thing I didn't talk about that I wanted to bring up before, since we were able to see them after the minimum version push, Nova Missile Turret. 3,000, 8,000 meters range, 640 damage per second. 4,000 meters per second, so it'll take it 2 seconds to cover the open area. It's only got 5-degree spread, and if I'm not mistaken, it has the same spread as the other one. The only difference is it has a monstrous range and good DPS. And they're blueprints, as you can see. It's just a matter of waiting to see how we earn them. And then we have the atomic driver turrets, and now we have a turret that rivals tier 8 DPS, but it's in the base. Now, the bases have needed turrets like this for a very long time to be able to rival individual ships' damage or individual weapons of tier 8, but they needed extended ranges to be able to pick apart the targets, and that's what we have in the form of the atomic driver blueprints. 832 damage per second, 3,500 tons, same as the Nova missile. There's actually turrets that I have now that weigh around 2/3 that, and most of the bays are open and stuff like that. So it'll be a fairly nice weapon to strap on to something like the bridge, because that'll just be maximum range, just extremely high damage. It'll just be doing an extremely good amount of work. Or you could go with one atomic driver, 2 Nova missiles, so you can have that little bit of a all-in-all roll. But the damage, the range, and the weapon speed is the best one there, because it'll take around 3 seconds to be able to reach the target over the Nova missile taking around 2. And due to projectile ranges, well, it's going to be pretty decent, and I'm just waiting to see how the Nova missile plays out in the bases. But we have blueprint weapons for the bases once more. We also have armor. We have resonant plates. Now, these are actually pretty cool because these rival the levels of hit points that most of the stuff we have now in the bases have. Ugh. Have to yawn all the time. Probably making a bunch of you yawn as well. But to go along with it, it is the Altarian, so it's going to be boosting shield strength. So for any of your modules that can equip more than one piece of armor, well, you're going to be in luck, because each and every single one you equip is going to be bumping up your shield's defense. So you're going to get some pretty punchy shields. And to go along with this, we have shield blueprints. Okay, we have Plasma, Xeno, and Blight. So 11,200, and that's for all of them, and a 65% reduction to that specific damage type. Well, that isn't actually half bad, because the previous shield we had was the Exophase, and, well, 4,800 for the level 3, and it was only a reusable item, so you couldn't really do whatever you wanted to with them. You had to farm for them, but in this case it's blueprints, so once you get it, you can start equipping it. This is something bases have needed for a while, just this general bump up in power. Now, due to the amount of health they have as well as the resonant armor that will be coming along with them, bases will be seeing a general increase in durability. That will mean that you're going to be using effectively Exophase 4, because these will have the resistance to a single damage type that'll make it essentially null and void to use that said damage type. But at the same time, the values increase so much so that Exophase, with its resistances and stuff like that, doesn't even come close to what half of what one of these fields will be. And these aren't even the reusable item variants that we'll be able to get. These are just the blueprint versions, which aren't half bad. But I guess that was more about the Wendigos and bases, so I guess the title is going to be the Wendigos and base update, well, specifically turrets and tech. But that's going to be it in my pack. I've blabbered on long enough. I need to get some rest. So let's go ahead and let's chat about the Wendigo and what all of you think of the turrets and the tech that's coming with them whenever it's released. So, go ahead and comment below in the comment section what you think the Wendigo is going to be good at doing. Is he going to be good at auto farming, or is he going to be good at manual farming? Let's go ahead and let's see what everybody thinks. Be safe out there, my pack. Happy hunting, and as always, I'll see you later.